Hello all, and welcome to another commission vlog. We're going to feature two books in this vlog because one of the books is very, very short, and I have a feeling I won't have a lot to say about it, to be honest. There we go, that's the word. I'm recovering from bad sickness. I had a very, very, very bad intense sickness the last couple days, and I'm still recovering from it. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna read. So the very first book that we're going to do in this vlog, the one of two that were commissioned, was Animal Farm by George Orwell. And I read this in high school. I think I mentioned this before even in the TBR video. Like, I do remember this book fairly well. I remember the essay that I wrote on it and made a weird Cuba Gooding Jr. reference that my teacher did not understand. But yes, so all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. And I know that this is, you know, doing a take on communism and Stalinist Russia. You know, the good old days. No, just kidding. Not the good old days at all. We are going to listen to this on audiobook. I was thinking to read it when I first picked it in my TBR game. That has since changed due to the sheer volume of books on the TBR. But we're going to do this while working on Mambo, tearing up my couch. So I've been making these puppy pad covers. We made a puppy pad for the window in my parents' house. And I'm making covers for them. So I'm just pinning some pieces together, and we're just going to be sewing that while we do this. I've already made one, and I have this one and another one. Well, I could make 3 more if I want to use the other fabric. I might. We'll see, but we'll at least work on this one. It should only take me like an hour and a half to listen to Animal Farm. It's just over 3 hours. It's 3 hours and 11 minutes on audiobook. So the only issue is that I do not have great luck with the narrators of classics in audiobook form. It's usually just, they're dry when they read it. They're not making a lot of emotion. So I'm hoping this is one of the better. Now, it's not always like that. Sometimes there are really good narrators for classics, but more often than not, they just feel very dry. And I don't know if it's the narrator really or the writing. Who knows? Well, I should, because I'm listening to the book. I should have a better opinion as a book reviewer. But yeah, oh, we gotta change the thread on this. We do not want purple. Shiny purple, because the first one I made was a purple fabric. So we're probably just gonna want to use a black. So we've got that one to make. We've got Nubby Nubbies. Lucy's gonna love this one. This is gonna be her favorite. This is the one I already made. It's got constellations. I still need to get Velcro because I'm going to Velcro seal them, but it's a full cover. It's sewn. It just needs the Velcro sewn on. And then I have, ew, David! Schitt's Creek fabric that I got on super clearance and bought the whole bolt. So why not? Why not make a million things with this fabric? I don't know. But that's the plan. And Mambo has taken to just constantly destroy everything. If you want to see how bad she is, look at the damage. This is what happens when I'm working and not paying attention to you. And then I'm like, wait, it's silent. And this is what you do. Yeah. Demon bird. All right, let's get started. Okay, I don't think this part here was made for this, but if you're putting, if I'm analyzing Animal Farm more in modern context now than when it was put out. And one of the things that is made clear here is with the horse. And the horse is asking, can I still have sugar after this? And they're like, no, we don't have the means of doing that. I'm like, okay. Can I still wear ribbons in my hair? Like, dude, no, you can't, because you don't have the humans to put it in there. But I also feel like that's a good parallel for like when people are trying to liberate Muslim women and force them to like take off their hijab when they still want to, when it's part of their own personal choice and the way that they present themselves to the world. It's not about them being slaves or anything. It's their choice. And I think that's actually a really, like, I know George Orwell was not talking about Muslim women in Animal Farm in the 1940s, but I feel like that's a modern parallel that could be made here. So it's just interesting seeing some of the little things that you can connect decades later, not centuries yet, but decades later, that can still connotate to relevant times. Cool. Continuing forward. The raven is spouting a lie called Sugar Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
I'm sorry. I know. There's no way George Orwell could have predicted Candy Mountain. The Candy Mountain. I'm never gonna get this done. Okay, so now we have the two sides, Napoleon versus Snowball, and I just, this whole, vote for Snowball in the 3-day week, and I'm just like, here we are right now, fighting for a 4-day work week and stuff, and it's just like, the parallels! Orwell was a psychic, or from the future, I don't know, but the sheer gaslighting. Oh my God, I forgot. Just. Oh yeah, that was Snowball's fault. Yeah, Snowball circulated that lie. Oh, it definitely wasn't me. God damn it. It's too real. It's too relevant still. That's what's so painful about this. Because I know this is anti-communism, but also it applies to like everything in capitalism right now as well. The whole ox or whatever, just I must work harder, Napoleon's always right, just this abusive relationship for one, like everything in this can just be applied to so many situations, and it's just ridiculous. God dang it. finished Animal Farm, and I've almost finished all of these. I'm on my last little bit before I have to stop because I don't have the Velcro. Yeah, this is one of the better classics. It's so relevant to just everything throughout history. I mean, this message, you know, it doesn't matter your intentions. Power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. What is it? Is that what it is? I mean, which I said was an ox before. It's a horse. Boxer is a horse. I probably was just rhyming in my head of box and ox. Anyway, just the sheer relevancy of this entire novel, how it still upholds today in our society of what we're fighting for and what we want for ourselves. But it's not even just like, it's not even just talking about Stalinism and communism, even though that's what it was during the time it was written, because of the way that it's presented. It applies to all varieties of government and just the corruption of power. And yeah, it applies to everything. It applies to North Korea. It applies to America. It applies to England. It applies pretty much everywhere. That honestly, you just can't trust people in power. And even when you're fighting, when they have the first initial rebellion, their intentions are freedom for themselves, but just entrap them again in the same cycle, and it perfectly cycles itself back to point A. So it's a great satire. It's a great message that I think more people need to read and examine. And yay, at least the audiobook did not suck. It was a great audiobook, and I was like able to pay attention the entire time. Can't say that for the next ones that I read, next classics, but that's Animal Farm. So thank you, Polly Winnie, for making me read that and revel in, old high school debates. And I really wonder, I think my mom does have a copy of my essay. I think we have found it, but you don't need to read that. It was dumb teenage Q who did not understand. I definitely, as a teenager, did not understand this. And I do not claim to know a lot about the history of Russia. I am not well versed in that at all. I can only take this and apply this to current day to day. It's very poignant, and it's one of those classics that really does earn the title of classic, that does not lose relevancy. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this. We probably won't begin it today, but the next time you see me, we will be starting our second commission, which is Tales from the Gas Station, Volume 2. Good morning, everybody. It is the next day. We are working right now. It is Friday. I listen to audiobooks all the time when I am working, and I have a larger project that doesn't require, it requires brain power, but I'm pretty good at listening to audiobooks while I do it because it's numbers, not words. If I have to do writing or anything, like writing letters or anything like that, then I'm terrible for audiobooks. But if it's numbers, fine. I don't know. My brain is weird. We're gonna start the next book, which I had to download Audible for. And you all know how much I don't really care for Audible. Well, maybe you don't, but I don't really care for Audible. So we are doing Tales from the Gas Station, Volume 2, if it'll focus on it. Whoa. Sort of, not really. It's more focused on my face. For one time, it's actually focused on my face. I was commissioned to read Volume 1 last month, and I did, and I read it as an ebook, and it was fine. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't enough. And personally, I would not continue the series just because it's fine. It's not something gripping that I'm like, I gotta know what happens next. It is fun. It's very Welcome to Night Vale. It's very Hitchhiker's Guide, that style of humor, which I do appreciate that style of humor. That is my style of humor. But I wasn't commissioned immediately to read the second one because apparently there is a scene that I need to properly react to, and this is why in the first one we thought the scene was there, and I'm like, I read the whole book. because I read it as an ebook, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about with this before dinner scene. What are you, or the diner or something? And they're like, oh wait, that's in volume 2. So we are listening to volume 2 now. I was specifically commissioned to listen to it as an audiobook. I have never used Audible before. I definitely want the speed up because I listen at 2 speed. It is a 9.5 hour audiobook. So it's apparently going to take me 4 hours and 38 minutes, which we'll see if this entire project takes me 4 hours and 38 minutes, because it's a big project. I have like 6 or 7 pages of verification. Well, technically I've already done 1 page this morning, because that was the shortest page. I'm like, I'll do that. So now we're moving on to page 2, and it's big. It's a big one, because this is my job. My fun job. So we're gonna start Tales from the Gas Station. I'm not gonna record myself like I did with the puppy pads because it's just me on a computer. It's not exactly thrilling content, but maybe I'll have you a camera on Mambo as she continues to destroy my couch. She has destroyed my couch, but I reached the point where I don't know what else to give her because she won't. She's so stubborn. You're a stubborn bird. You know that? Stubborn bird. Sorry, my place is also a mess. Please ignore the mess. I'm gonna clean it today. After work. This is my job, is cleaning it. Okay, let's get to work. Let's get to listening. I'll check back in momentarily, probably with a comment, because I tend to pause and then comment. See you in a moment. Here's one thing that I don't like in books, and that's pop culture references. There was an extensive Harry Potter conversation that just happened now, and given my climate with my relationship or lack thereof with anything Harry Potter anymore, that was annoying. That was very, very annoying. Just kind of unnecessary, trying to prove it was a way to humanize the officer and just be like, oh, she's really a nerd because she knows this thing about the time turners, and it's like, you know what, this information is not new. Granted, I forget when this book came out, but these books have come out later than I thought they would. It's just, we know that all the time turners were destroyed in the Order of the Phoenix. We understand this, and also they wouldn't have worked out. Like, we get it. I was a huge Harry Potter nerd. It aggravates me whenever I hear it. Otherwise, I'm enjoying it so far. I don't think the audio is that bad. I think the first one, a friend of mine had read it and hated it because it wasn't a very well edited audiobook. This seems a little bit better. I think Mr. Creepypasta does do a pretty decent job differentiating voices and creating characters with those voices so far. I did have to slow it to 1.75 though, because that too, it was very, very fast actually. It was a little incomprehensible. So we're gonna spend a little bit longer reading this one, but we are like an hour some odd in. Well, more than that, but now I have 4 hours and 43 minutes left to go on this. I'm still on page, what am I on? I'm on page 3 of my project right now, so taking a long time, and I've got a bunch of emails coming in that I need to do, but I cannot stop in the middle of this because this is a zone in progress. Also, we've been filming a Mambo this whole time as well, so for a timer. So that's coming soon. We'll have a proper timer. But now he's gonna go play in the tissue, not tissue, it's a little container for a fitted sheet. That's her favorite toy. One of her favorite toys, along with a hair clip. Not the actual toys I buy her though. Those can suck it. Now, lunchtime for me. We still have about just under 3 hours left of listening. It's still fun. I don't think, I know there was a part where I'm like, oh, I'm not paying attention, because I ended up doing an email, but I think I got back to it. I don't think I've hit the scene that I need to record reaction to. There was some weird ones, very strange, like the weirdest thing is like, okay, so Calvin's a racist, great, but you know, he's shown as a bad kind of character. The spontaneous melting thing was very strange. And I'm really confused about some characters and stuff, but it's still fun. I just am like, about it all. Really. It's still fun, but it's just not doing it for me. I'm sorry. It's just not doing it. Anyway, we're gonna make some food real quick, have a lunch, and continue forward. But that's my midpoint update as Mambo does whatever. She's so fun. She actually dragged this hair clip into this bag that she's been playing in. Because I was like, why do I hear her doing the clicky noise? And I realized she had taken the clicky thing into the bag. The clicky thing, my hair clip, wow. I call it the clicky thing now because it's not mine anymore. It's yours. It's yours, it's not mine, huh? Yeah, so, mwah. Being a silly girl. We wanna go, what? You wanna go up? Up we go. And we filmed some decent timer footage. I don't know if I have enough yet, but a decent amount of timer footage. All right, lunchtime. Get it. Purpose. Where'd she go? There's the baby. What if I put your ball in here with you? What are your thoughts now? Destroy the ball. Get the ball. Yeah. This is what I do on my lunch period. She never really plays with the ball too much in her cage, but this is optimal ball playing time. We are wrestling the ball. Okay. Get that ball. What are you doing? Okay, so we just found out what happened to the girl that was mentioned in the first book that I was like, what? What is this person? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That was kind of dumb. I don't quite, this book is, this series is fairly confusing in terms of logic. Obviously, it's going to be illogical because it's that style of writing where a lot of things don't make sense. But I would like it to make a little bit of sense, at least motivations-wise. And that was dumb. That was a dumb scene. I'm just gonna say that. It was a dumb scene. I definitely have missed something. But that was a dumb scene. Okay, I mistook who we were talking about. I thought Vanessa was the girl. Now we're talking about the girl and what happened to her. Still sucks. It's better than what, like, I thought was happening with Vanessa, because that was a really, really stupid thing and I did not enjoy that. And I was like, why doesn't he have more? What's going on here? No. Okay, this makes more sense now with who the girl was and why the sad, weird way of not wanting to talk about it. That makes more sense. It makes more sense? Yeah? Okay. Just catch him. I don't know if this is the, what's the scene? I don't know what the scene is, but I don't have much more left. Maybe a couple hours of this, but yeah. What's it? What is it? I don't know. We'll find out. Hi. I'm just laughing at a stupid line. I still haven't, I don't think, is this scene, the scene that I've been told to react to, I still have not seen it. But I'm laughing because there's a new gas station worker named Rosa. Sorry, I'm paying attention to two things at once right now. And Fucking Cherry comes in. Well, he's already there, and then O'Brien, who is a police officer who is black, by the way. This is where the racism comment came in earlier with Calvin being very racist towards her. Don't worry, he melted. But Rosa and O'Brien are meeting, and they're talking, and then Cherry's just like, yay, we finally passed the Bechdel test. Okay, that one got me. That one got me. All right, we are done with both work and the book. Just finished the book. I've been off work for about 20 minutes. I don't know what scene you're talking about. Is it in book 3? I'm so confused. I don't recall any diner scene. What dine? I'm very confused. Anyway, but in the review of this one, it was fun. I do like the introduction of Rosa's character. I like that little bit at the end here. That was fun. There were some funny lines. I don't really have a ton to say. Like, it's got that fun humor, but lacking of substance, I would say. I mean, it has plots, but it's just that kind of Welcome to Night Vale, Hitchhiker's Guide type of humor that is fine. It's fun, but it doesn't leave me with much. Like, I don't feel enough for the story. I don't care enough for the characters or anything. And I really don't like an unreliable narrator, which really is what our boy Jack is. He's very unreliable. So that's something that's not something that I personally enjoy all that often. But it's fun. It's fine. I don't got anything else. I have to run to Joanne's now. And sorry that it keeps see, it unfocuses the moment when I'm trying to show you something to cameras. I have to run to Joanne's and go get some Velcro so we can finish the puppy pads, so that I will include, you can see the resulting puppy pads, but I do need to get Velcro. So we're gonna run out and do that and come back and do stream. But there we go, that's it. I have finished all the commissions this month now. But feel free to commission me for April. They are open as of right now, which is March 10th. We'll see how it ends up, but they are in fact open. So if you want to commission me to read something else or to continue this series, there's 2 more books in it. I don't have a personal inclination to continue them. They're just fine. I have other books I would rather read, so it's up to you guys. All right, well, let's go to Joanne's. What do we think? We liked it? You like it? Is it good? Yeah? We have one in the window already. I just put this one on the second one because we had to try the nubbies. Yeah, it's so good. Mwah. You happy? Yeah, very happy. So happy. Yeah. Yeah. What? 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 Happy? Should this one go in the window? Should we put this one in the window? Instead of you, David? We'll put this one in. Okay. There! Happy dogs! Is it good? We're very happy. We can finally rest easy now. And we have a second one here with all the you, Davids. Yeah, goofball. It's definitely one of those. Jesus Christ! I'm sick of that. Ma'am, what are you doing?
This is Audible.
Oh God. That ball. You gonna get the ball again? Don't pretend like you weren't just playing with it. It's not an egg.